Hi, Linda. I'm so sorry for the delay. I had a little bit of technical issues, it seems. Okay, it looks like you're here, but your audio isn't connected just yet. So hopefully we can get that connected. Oh, it says that it's connecting audio now. So hopefully that gets going. So sorry about that. I was just having a little bit of technical trouble today. Can you hear me now?
Now I can.
Hi,
Hi,
so
I just about
sorry.
given up.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I guess I was just having a little bit of technical issues today. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm glad we made it though.
I
I
wasn't
was
sure
like,
how
well, if
long
we
to
have to,
wait.
we
How long
can.
should I wait? If this happens again, how long should I wait?
Oh, I'm glad you texted. Yeah, because that was helpful. So yeah, so sorry about that.
That's okay.
Yeah, if I hadn't seen you pop up at that point, I was like, I would have just been like, yeah, let's see, if we meet another day or
Yeah,
something.
okay. Okay.
So I
All right.
apologize, but
That's
I'm glad
okay.
we're here now.
Yes, we are. Good.
Alrighty, how does your voice feel today?
Feels okay today.
Good, I'm so glad. How's your practice been going?
It's been going okay. Yeah. I sang like Winter Snow, or I think earlier in the week, but then I've been focusing on Yesu Bambino the
Okay,
rest of the week.
nice,
Yeah.
great. Okay, well, that sounds good. I know that, we worked on Winter Snow last week.
Yeah.
So did you want to look at Yesu Bambuno first
Yes.
today?
Yes,
And
I sure
then,
do.
yeah, um, so then, have you sung today?
Only a little. I wondered if we could just warm up into the song.
Okay, sure, absolutely. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and let's try maybe doing the tongue trills through the song first.
Okay.
Okay,
All right. Sounds good.
great.
Whoops. There we go. Illumine kapal. Whoops. I messed up. I have to go back. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
sure.
Got lost in the song. All right.
No problem. All right. How did that feel?
Pretty good. I was realizing how important the breath is on doing it that way.
Yes, essential, right?
Right. Yeah.
So I'm curious, did you feel anything tight? How did the breath feel? And how did that feel with that very connected, flowing lyric phrasing?
Yeah. I didn't feel anything tight.
Excellent. That's
Um,
good to hear.
breath felt okay, except when I forgot to breathe.
Oh, yes. Then you're like, uh-oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it felt good more with the connection.
Good. Excellent. Beautiful. All right. So, why don't we try? Let's go through on say, and then just when you go
Okay.
up really to the highest notes, you can modify to an ah. So
Okay.
say not every syllable, but sustaining through the phrase. So see, and then you'll breathe. See, sustaining through the phrase. Yeah,
Okay.
great. Nice. Good. How did the high note feel at the end there? Did you feel like you had to modify it a little more open? Did it feel comfortable?
Whatever I did, it felt comfortable.
Excellent.
I'm
Beautiful.
wondering that last Lord,
Hmm.
how do you think I should? Well, I'll do raid and tor.
Yeah.
So that last syllable, do you think I should like um, get softer with it, or how do you think I should round that
Um,
out?
I mean, to me, it's kind of celebratory too. So I think it's perfectly fine to be a little more boisterous. Um,
Okay.
and also, a lot of the time, the final note, especially since it is a nice high note there, would be, a kind of bigger moment there, kind of like a peak of the song. So I think
Okay.
it's totally fine to do either way. Like if you um if your instinct is to make it get softer, you could do that. But I feel like the way that you're doing it, where it's a little more celebratory, I think that works perfectly well as well. Because I thought it was
Okay.
great.
Okay. Good. All
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Yeah, and I think that kind of makes sense, with it being a big finale, like the final high note
Okay.
of the song. So, yeah, I
Okay.
think that worked really nicely. All
All
right,
right.
so
Great.
then let's try now. I'd love for us to try on the vowels of the words. So, um, yeah, so if you get a little bit off, no worries. But yeah,
Okay.
just trying to keep it nice and smooth throughout and keeping that legato line connected through, the breath connecting through, even as we're changing shapes for the different vowels.
All right.
Great. Okay, very nice. All right, so how did that time through feel for you?
Felt pretty good.
Good, excellent. It sounded pretty good. So let's
Good.
go ahead and let's try on the words all the way through. What's going to be your number one focus for this run through?
Um, Trying to keep the bravado and the breath support steady through
Okay,
every phrase, short, long,
love it.
whatever.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So consistent flowing vibrato with that spin and the air, spinning through and having that freedom of vibrance, right? With
Mm-hmm.
the vibrations. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Love it.
All right.
Every
Here
single
we go.
note.
Okay. Nell'umile campana, nel freddo e povertà, è nato il santo pargolo che il mondo adorerà. Osana, Osana, cantano con giubilanti cor. I tuoi pastori ed angeli, o Re di luce e amor, venite adoriamo, venite adoriamo, venite adoriamo, Cristo Redentor. blossoms flowered mid the snows upon a winter night was born the child, the Christmas rose, the King of love and light. The angels sing, the shepherds sing, the great rejoice. And at his blessed birth the stars their exultation voice. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Christ the Lord. Ah, venite adoriamo. Ah, adoriamo Redentor. Venite, venite. Venite adoriamo. Jesu Redentor.
Nice. Beautiful. All right. So, did you succeed in your goal?
I thought I did. Did it sound like it?
Yes, it was beautiful.
Good.
Definitely a lot more consistency with that vibrance and spin in the sound on every
Good.
note. Lovely.
Good.
And how did those high notes at the end feel?
I felt pretty good.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
they sounded
The way I just did it.
lovely. Yeah,
Yeah.
beautiful. So, what would you say from reflecting on that time through? What were the things that you liked best about that time through? And what were the things that you thought this could improve a little bit?
Well, I'm curious what you thought about that because I
For
felt pretty
sure.
good about the whole
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, I think that was probably the best time through that I've heard it. So I loved
Yeah.
that. So
Okay,
definitely a
good.
lot of improvements, which is great.
Good.
So I definitely hear the work that you're putting in and it is
Good.
showing.
Good.
Um, Gorgeous. So I think that we could play a little bit more with the kind of nuance and expression, the musicality,
Okay.
the moments that you feel like should be a little more tender. Um, if you feel like something should be a little more like a sweeping crescendo, that kind of thing. Um, so yeah, I feel like we could have a little bit more drama, I would say, with that.
Okay.
So where do you feel like it starts right at the beginning?
I think pretty reasonably soft.
Yeah.
Um, just and I'm trying to keep in mind with this. It's a little hard just because of the way it's written, but I heard that it was written as a lullaby,
Yes.
and so I'm trying to imagine singing this to a young child, kind of a thing.
Right.
So
Along with that, though, I think most people don't know, wouldn't necessarily know the piece very well, even if they've heard it. And I think especially because it is more of a classical piece, and it's in a foreign language and whatnot. I think it's going to be a little more elevated, when people hear
uh-huh.
it. And so I think too, considering the venue, the place in which you're singing it, um, you could do Away in a Manger and make it, pretty grandiose if you wanted, for a performance. So even though I think of Away in a Manger as a lullaby as well, um,
Yeah.
I think that it's not like you're doing Jingle Bell Rock or Last Christmas or something.
Yeah.
Um, so it's a little more, sacred. And this one I see, with the arrangement and whatnot, I see it being pretty celebratory too. Um,
Hmm.
so I think, thinking about the context and where you'll be singing it and whatnot as well. Where do you feel like the peak of the song, like the main peak of the song, is the biggest moment in the song?
The very end.
I think
Uh,
so too. Yeah,
yeah.
I agree with that. Yeah, so that's probably going to be our
That
biggest
last Adoriamo.
dramatic moment. So I
Yeah.
think there we can actually have a pretty big crescendo there.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, so then what would you say, is there like a secondary peak, like another point in the song where, it's a little bit of a bigger moment, but maybe not the biggest moment of the song?
I'm looking.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you could do it on the, how the chorus builds. Oh, come let us adore him. Oh, come let us adore him. Oh, come let us adore him. Christ the Lord.
Yeah.
That whole section can, I think that can
Can
crescendo.
grow. Yeah.
But
And one
the
thing I wanted to point out also, every time you say the same phrase again and again, it should change in some way. It
Okay.
shouldn't be the same every time. So you could, for instance, crescendo and have it grow and be a little more intense and exciting on each time you say it. Um, so yeah, if I say the same thing again, I always ask myself, why am I saying it again? Do I feel like they didn't hear me the first time? Maybe I didn't fully communicate my meaning the first time. Why am I saying this again? Um, and so that's something to consider, that every time you say the same thing again, that it should change in some way in the way that you express it. Right? So
okay.
we're going to be softer when we start. We know that's going to be a more intense, big moment, and we know the ending's going to be our biggest moment, right? Um, so probably then we have to, come back down after that first, big peak that we found. So if we kind of look through thinking of the shape and kind of like a beginning, middle, end, and the overall shape of the piece, where it's going to be softer, where it's going to be, bigger and more intense and grand. Um, if you think something should be more like bouncy and separated at one moment, like da 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 da, and then a little more thinking about expressing differently
Hmm.
at different points, right? Um, and kind of just the meaning behind everything that you're saying and how you would want to communicate that to tell the
Hmm.
story. Yeah. Yeah. So since it will be, part of, a big Christmas celebratory kind of service, and we're, getting everyone in the true spirit of Christmas, um, kind of energy, thinking about it being a little bit more, I would say performative than just singing a lullaby to a baby, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Because
Okay.
you're guiding everyone to that, you know,
All right.
celebratory Christmas spirit kind of place.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So,
Hmm.
really thinking about the musicality, the expression, the shape of the song, where your big peaks of the piece are, where it's a more intimate, sweet, soft moment, how we're expressing and telling this story. Yeah.
Okay.
Great. Let's try it.
Okay. Back to the track here. Okay. Che mondo adorerà. O sana, sana, cantano un giubilo di cor. I tuoi pastori ed angeli, o re di luce e amor. Venite adoriamo, venite adoriamo, venite adoriamo, Gesù Redentor. Wind blossoms flower beneath the snows upon a winter night was born the child, the Christmas rose, the King of love and light. The angels sing, the shepherds sing, the great voice. And at his blessed birth the stars their exultation voice. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Christ the Lord. Ah, venite adoriamo, adoriamo il Redentor. Oh, venite adoriamo. Gesù Redentor.
Beautiful.
Okay, thank you.
Lovely. All right. So, what did you think of that?
Pretty good. I'd like to make it even bigger at the end. I think I've lost some
Yeah,
focus
okay.
on that,
So
but
so one thing that I like to do to make endings really dramatic is to come down and get a lot more soft right before so I can have an even bigger crescendo
oh, okay.
growth into that final. So where do you feel like we could bring it down to a more soft, intimate, sweet kind of feeling?
Let's see. So I am. Um,
What about that spot
maybe
where we come down right before the ending? Make that
Uh-huh.
day crescendo and get nice and
Okay.
soft. And then. Yeah, and it can start
Okay.
growing then.
Okay.
And then it just
Okay.
gets bigger and bigger
Okay. That sounds
into
good.
the ending. You like that?
Yeah. That sounds great.
Awesome. Great. So I would love
Okay.
for us to try that then. So I'd love to have you maybe just go like towards the end, get into a little
Okay.
bit.
See if I can do
You could
that.
even try it a cappella if that's a little bit easier.
I don't
But
know.
where we get like very soft, like you're telling a secret. And then it's gonna crescendo, 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 crescendo,
I'm just trying to
crescendo.
get to the ahs if I can.
Yeah.
Ni te adoriamo, adoriamo Redentor. Te adoriamo. Jesu Redentor. Is that like that?
Yes. How did that feel?
Good.
Good. Yes, I love it. It's a lot more dramatic now. A
Okay.
grand finale. I like
Okay.
it. Lovely.
Great.
Did you feel like, you know, that you were able to keep even, with like the dramatic pause, we come down and we like pause and then da 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 pause. Da da da
Mhm.
da 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 pause. Da 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 da. Do you still feel like it still has this like continuity to it and that it's still connecting um through like
Okay. I wasn't really
um
paying attention to that. How did
okay,
it
yeah,
sound to
yeah.
you?
um and I think too, you can play with, do you want like a really sharp shift, like a dramatic change in volume, or do you want it to be, more gradual? You can play with that.
Okay.
Like I might do, come down, be soft, like you're telling a secret, and then that dramatic pause, and then kind of milk it a little bit more, add a little bit more of that like schmaltzy, like romantic era, like a Puccini kind of vibe. Da, 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 da. With like
Okay.
portamento down or something, but then make it a little more brisk on the last part. Da 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 da.
Okay.
Like a little
Yeah.
more like that.
Uh-huh.
I feel
Uh-huh.
like you can be kind of playful with it and experiment with how you want to express that.
Okay.
Um, I just feel like you have room to, to play a bit more. I know
All
we've
right.
worked so much on technique, and so I think we're getting closer now. And the technique, you've come so far with it. We've got this beautiful open resonance, and that balance of light and dark, that chiaroscura. We've got more connected lines where the air is supporting through. We've got that vibrance of, the spin on each note. So many things have improved so much. I feel like we're getting now to where it's like, let's really focus on those performance aspects and
Okay.
really, connecting with the audience, telling the story, thinking about the musical expression that goes along with it, not just the beautiful singing, but really telling the story that you're trying to tell too. Yeah.
Okay,
Because if
great.
you were to kind of summarize what is the story that you're telling, what would you say? What would you say just in your own words?
Um, let's see. Well, it's a story of the humble birth of Jesus and just celebrating that. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I'd have to.
Yeah, and why would you say why is it so important? Why is the like the humble birth such a big deal?
I think it shows a different side of God. I think it
Mm, yeah.
shows. I mean, Jesus is going to come back again, and it's not going to be like that. It's going to be in
Right.
all his glory and
Yeah.
who he is as God and creator of the
Hmm.
world, right? So,
Yeah.
but
So
this
having that
shows,
vulnerability
yeah,
and um making it much more relatable, right, for
mm-hmm,
us too. Yeah. And
mm-hmm,
there's something very sweet about that, that like
yeah,
coming in a way that's like very easily received, you know, that
yes,
it feels less intimidating and it feels more like vulnerable and relatable, you know,
yeah,
like that you're one of us, right? Um,
right,
yeah,
yeah,
that it's a very different, you know, it's not what most people even expected then, right? Like you read that in the Bible so many times that it's like, you know,
no, no,
people would
yeah,
anticipate, you know, the Messiah coming with fanfare, you know?
right,
So it, you know,
uh-huh,
it shows like God can surprise you, right? So,
uh-huh,
yeah. So thinking about all those little details and moments that you want to, you know, really bring about, like even if the audience doesn't necessarily know what the words mean that you're saying there, you know what they mean. So being sure that you bring that across, you know, when you're talking about a very humble birth, you know, what does that sound like? And then when you talk about, you know, us honoring and adoring him, you know, and celebrating him, what does that sound like? And how is it different, right? So thinking about these different sections throughout, and you know what it means, even if they don't. So really, you know, expressing that. Yeah.
okay,
Because what they
all
hear you
right,
singing is gonna, you know, cause them to take that journey with you, even if they don't know exactly what words you're saying in that moment.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Beautiful. Some
okay,
gorgeous
thanks.
work today. What was
Well,
maybe
thank
your
you.
favorite thing, the thing that felt best?
I think getting more of that consistent spin throughout.
Yes, that was beautiful. What would
Okay,
you say
good.
is maybe the thing that you felt like you grew the most with, that you improved the most on?
Thinking about the expressiveness of it and
Mm,
varying that.
love that. Good. And then what's going to be your practice plan for this week to keep reinforcing and growing?
This week, I probably won't do this song very much.
Okay,
When I get back
yeah.
to it, because I'm performing Winter Snow a week from
Hmm.
tomorrow. So
Right,
probably
exactly.
focus on
So
that.
we'll probably have to focus more on that one to be sure it's ready.
And then the
Yeah.
next 2 weeks, I'll get back to this one and
Yes, you'll
really,
have time to come back to it. Yeah. Love it.
yeah,
That sounds like a good plan.
yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, and if we
Okay.
ever are having trouble like that, just like text me or call just cuz that helps me be
Okay.
like, "Oh, okay," like cuz I was about to reach out to you and be like, "Hey, like did I have my calendar wrong or something?" So then you texted, I was like, "Oh, okay, so we're just having some kind of technical glitch or issue there." So
Okay.
yeah, so
Okay.
always feel free to just like reach out too.
Okay. All
Okay.
right. Great.
Because I was
Yeah, we'll
starting to
do.
think maybe I made a mistake. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I was thinking. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm glad we were able to meet. You sound gorgeous. So keep
Okay.
up that
Thank you.
beautiful work,
All
and I
right.
look forward to. We'll get to just kind of brush up winter snow right before you sing it
Yeah.
for the service.
Right.
So
Sure,
I'm
I'll run.
excited. It'll
Yeah.
be awesome. So those
Okay.
finishing little touches, polishing touches. All
All
right. Well,
right.
you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Bye,
Okay,
Linda.
great.